There's a place in your home that most people think of as purely functional, a space for cooking, storing food, getting things done. It's often overlooked. But what if I told you this space has a direct impact on your health, your wealth, and your emotional well-being? That place is your kitchen. In Feng Shui and ancient energy traditions, the kitchen isn't just where meals are prepared, it's the heart of the home. It represents nourishment, prosperity, healing, and balance. It holds the energy that feeds not only your body but your entire life. And when that energy becomes stagnant, chaotic, or contaminated, it can ripple outward into every area of your experience. Health begins to slip. Finances feel unstable. Peace seems distant. You're doing everything right, but something still feels off. And the reason may be hiding in plain sight. You see, many people unknowingly store or keep things in their kitchen that quietly disrupt the flow of energy, things that weaken the vitality of the space and block abundance from entering their lives. Today, I'll share with you which items should never be stored in your kitchen if you want to protect your health, restore balance, and invite prosperity back into your home. But first, take a deep breath. Gently say to yourself, I choose to cleanse the space that nourishes me. I welcome in vitality and abundance. That simple intention could be the spark that shifts everything. Let's begin with something seemingly harmless, but energetically heavy, spoiled, moldy, or forgotten food. It might be an old container hiding in the back of the fridge, a lemon slice dried out in a bowl, or a jar of expired spices long buried in the cabinet. Whatever the case, food that has passed its time no longer holds nourishment, it holds decay. And decay attracts energy that is slow, heavy, and stagnant. If food represents life, then spoiled food represents decline, depletion, and imbalance. Keeping it in your kitchen, even unnoticed, sends a subtle message to your environment that says, this space is stuck. Next, let's talk about sharp objects, specifically knives that are exposed or left lying around. In energy work, sharp tools emit a frequency of disruption. They symbolize division, stress, and even arguments. When knives are placed haphazardly or left pointing outward on counters, they scatter that disruptive energy across the space. This can lead to tension in relationships, conflict in conversations, and a literal cutting of financial flow. Instead, store knives with care, blades pointed downward in a closed holder or drawer, safely out of sight. Never leave knives near the stove or out in the open overnight. Small changes like these can create a noticeable calm in your home. Now consider this: old plastic containers, cracked glass jars, and unused storage piled up in corners or under the sink. Many people keep them just in case. But in reality, these broken or forgotten items carry the vibration of damage, stagnation, and neglect. When you keep things that no longer serve a purpose, you also keep their heavy, inactive energy. And in the kitchen, the space meant to represent abundance and vitality, that's like inviting in exhaustion. Be honest, if you haven't used it in 6 months, is it really something you need? By letting go of these broken items, you open space for clarity, freshness, and wealth. Then there's this silent energy trap: grease and residue build up on your stove or microwave. This one is subtle, but powerful. Grease buildup isn't just dirty. It collects old vibrations from rushed mornings, burnt meals, stressful conversations, and emotional cooking. These sticky layers hold onto that chaos and spread it invisibly into your meals. And since food is what you consume daily, this energy goes directly into your body. The solution is simple, but sacred. Wipe your stovetop every evening with warm water and lemon oil. As you clean, repeat softly, I am purifying the center of my life. Watch how your energy, and your appetite, shifts. Let's move to something that may seem insignificant but has a major energetic impact: old, damp, or moldy kitchen towels. These towels absorb everything: moisture, grease, leftover energy from food, and even emotional tension. When they're left wet overnight or used beyond their clean cycle, they begin to emit the energy of stagnation and neglect. It may sound odd, but replacing your kitchen towels more often can lead to subtle but noticeable changes. Lighter moods, more ease in digestion, fewer little arguments at home. Why? Because you've removed a quiet but constant source of energetic weight. Keep your towels fresh, dry, and replaced regularly. It's one of the simplest ways to uplift your kitchen's energy instantly. Now let's talk about appliances you haven't used in months, or even years. The old blender collecting dust. The broken juicer you swore you'd fix. The rice cooker that hasn't been plugged in since who knows when. In Feng Shui, any item that remains unused becomes a stagnant object. Its energy goes dormant and can actually slow the entire energetic field of the space around it. Think of it like a dead zone in your kitchen's energy map. These items don't just take up space, they take up flow. If it's broken, fix it or let it go. If it's unused, store it elsewhere or pass it on. Your kitchen should be alive, active, and full of purpose, not a museum of forgotten gadgets. Another item that may surprise you: memorial photos or objects connected to grief or loss. Yes, even in the kitchen. You may have been gifted a dish from a loved one who passed, or kept a small photo tucked in a drawer to honor them. While the intention is rooted in love, the kitchen is an energetic space of warmth, flame, nourishment, and life. And items connected to loss or mourning, no matter how sacred, can unintentionally weigh down that life-giving energy. Let remembrance have a quiet, respectful place elsewhere in your home. In your kitchen, make room for the energy of joy, growth, and renewal. Gifts from people with whom you no longer have a harmonious relationship can also disrupt your kitchen's flow. Maybe it was a wedding gift, or a fancy set of dishes, or a spice rack that reminds you of someone you've had to walk away from. If every time you see it, it triggers tension, nostalgia, or sadness, it's no longer a neutral object. It's now an energetic anchor to a version of you that no longer exists. And in the kitchen, where your body and spirit receive daily nourishment, that vibration matters. You can choose to cleanse the item energetically. Or if you're ready, simply release it. Not out of anger, but out of clarity. Now let's talk about light. A dark, unlit, or windowless kitchen traps energy. Without natural light or movement, the space can feel like it's holding its breath, stale, heavy, unmoving. If your kitchen doesn't get much sunlight, find small ways to invite illumination. Place mirrors to reflect available light. Add a soft warm lamp or even light a white candle for a few minutes at sunset. Turn that moment into a ritual. Light the candle and whisper, "This space feeds me. I choose clarity and warmth." Light is a purifier. It lifts and renews. And your kitchen deserves to glow. All of this might feel like a lot. But here's the truth: your kitchen doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't need to look like a magazine. It simply needs to feel alive, tended to, and loved. It's the place where life is cooked, where healing begins, where conversations happen, where silence feeds you just as much as flavor. And when you bring awareness to that space, even just a little, you change the entire rhythm of your home. Take a moment to look around your kitchen today. Not with judgment, not with guilt, but with a gentle curiosity. Ask yourself one simple question: is this space feeding me, or draining me? And if the answer is anything less than nourishing, then you already have everything you need to begin shifting it. Start small. Throw out the expired spice jar. Wash your kitchen towel. Wipe down the stovetop with gratitude. You don't need to overhaul your whole space in one day. What matters most is your presence, your awareness, your willingness to see your kitchen not just as a place of chores, but as a sacred energy hub that reflects and shapes your life. The act of clearing physical clutter has always been more than just organizing. It's a declaration, a message to yourself and to the universe that says, I'm making space. I'm ready for something new. Every item you remove is a release. Every item you clean is a reset. And every time you tend to your kitchen with love, you're realigning your entire home with health, clarity, and abundance. Because your kitchen, when cared for intentionally, doesn't just feed your body, it cooks the energy of your home. It stirs the fire of prosperity. It warms your relationships. It fuels your resilience. It carries the memories of shared meals, quiet reflections, and the comfort of nourishment. So bring light back into your kitchen. Remove what no longer belongs. Let it be a place that whispers welcome every time you enter. A place where energy flows freely. Where food is a celebration. Where the aroma of balance and peace is always simmering in the air. And remember, even the smallest act of care, wiping a counter, replacing an old dish towel, blessing a bowl of food, can carry incredible healing power. Because in that moment, you are not just cleaning, you are reclaiming the flow of life. You are saying, I am here, I am alive, and I choose to be nourished in every sense of the word. Let your kitchen reflect that choice. Let it support your health. Let it bless your wealth. Let it hold space for joy. Because you deserve to be fed by spaces that love you back.